All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Jay Meditates on a Moto. I'm your host, Jason, and today we're driving through La Fortuna. We are going to do a little tour around La Fortuna. Here it is. That's the bus stop right there. And as we continue on, it's a Sunday, so a lot of things that would maybe even be open today are closed. So this is right here, one of the motorcycle stores right here that I go to a lot. They also own the Honda shop that's on the road towards my house. This is kind of heading back out of town in another direction towards El Tanque. And as you can see here on the side of the road is someone who sells fruit right on the side here. Pineapples are like 3 for a mil, which is like 1 mil is like $1.75. So it's pretty cheap. 3 pineapples, $1.75. I think papayas is also like 3 papayas for a mil. It's pretty cheap. So this is one of the gas stations here in La Fortuna. It's a little bit outside of town, but it's still considered La Fortuna. Alright, well, we're heading back into town and it's raining. You know, it is now May and we're getting into the rainy season here in Costa Rica, so it's not uncommon to ride in the rain. This amount of rain doesn't really warrant a rain gear for me per se. It started, it stopped, it's kind of over for the moment. So, and as we head back into town, that was a Pally that we passed just a minute ago, and that's actually owned by Walmart. So it was the Maxi Tally that we will end up in a few minutes. This is a car wash right here and a little market. This is the American store. So it's where they have like all this like Amazon stuff. It's interesting. They like buy pallets from Amazon and then they sell it. This is the park, and this is kind of like the town center right here. As you can see, we come through the park. Right there on the left is one of my favorite butchers. It's actually the best butcher here in La Fortuna. We'll pass by it again, so we'll look at it. That's the church here on the left. And that's the park, which is considered the town center. And over here is the organic store and the chocolate store we tend to go to a lot. Although the chocolate store we don't go to that often because it's a little expensive to have on a regular treat, you know, that kind of treat on a regular basis. And then there's a Super Christian number 2. And like I said, here on the left is the best butcher in Costa Rica. Well, at least in La Fortuna. So this is now heading out of town, but it's actually still La Fortuna. There's the Lava Lounge. Michael Allen from ChavaCostaRicaNow.com likes to go to a lot. I think it's owned by a gringo. As we head up out of town, there are a number of other restaurants and hot springs and whatnot, and just places to go check out. La Fortuna is a fairly large town, but the town center is kind of this whole area pretty much. And then after, you know, it gets less and less as you get further out of town, and you'll see in some of the footage I'll show you later. But right here we're going to turn into Maxi Tally right now, and Maxi Tally is actually owned by Walmart. So a lot of people shop here. It's brand new to La Fortuna. Walmart is in San Jose and a few other places. But yeah, Maxi Tally is owned by Walmart. Walmart is everywhere. So yeah. So as we head out, there's a little sloth park here, but to be honest, you can see sloths anywhere in the country. Over here's a little restaurant, and as you can see, as we start to head out of town, there's less and less things, but we'll actually come up on another section that is actually like another little like shopping area. And so as we drive here, there's some cow pastures and some horse pastures. They must be in other fields at the moment, so you don't see any of the cows or horses. And then this is the town cemetery right here on the right. And yeah, some good stuff going on. As you can see, we're coming up here to another section of like La Fortuna. It's not town center anymore. Here's another Super Christian on the left, Super Christian number 4. And then you can see there are all these little artistry galleries and restaurants and sodas and whatnot as you head out towards some of the hot springs that we are about to come up on in a few minutes. And so I'm just going to go really to Baldy and turn around because there are so many hot springs and you can really go pretty far. Like Tabacón, I would say, is one of the last hot springs in this area. One of the nicest, one of the most expensive if you're just trying to get a daily pass. So yeah, let's see here. Make this turn, and as you can see, as we head out of town, there's less and less stuff out here, but this is still considered La Fortuna. And you can see some cows on the right here, and some are laying down, some are standing up and eating. You know how cows are. Alright. Coming up here on the right, I've never personally stopped and taken one of the selfies with the Arenal sign. They have these throughout Costa Rica. This is where they have the Arenal one. It's a very touristy type of thing where people stop and take their picture with the signs. Pretty cool. You know, as you can see, there's the sign to Tabacón, because now we're going to start seeing lots of different hot springs. Like here on the right, there's looks like a few different hot springs. People on horses. Here's another hot springs. Hotel El Silencio hot springs. Bongo's restaurant. As you can see, there's still a lot of stuff going on out here, even though we're not in La Fortuna town center. Ecotermales is a very big popular one. Here's the one disco club, Vulcan Look. And there's Ecotermales and Baldy Hot Springs. Wow. I worked over 12 hours yesterday, and now I unfortunately am putting this out a day late, but I want to thank everybody for being understanding. Check out one of the videos popping up on the screen right here, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.